She was uninvited from Thanksgiving. Then pulled out the receipts that destroyed her family. One garage, one Christmas. Zero regrets. Betrayal, boundaries, revenge, redemption. Hey guys, what's up? Grab a drink, get comfy, because this one's a ride. So, last year, 3 days before Thanksgiving, I'm in the shop, hands covered in grease, freezing my butt off because the heater's being dramatic again, and my phone rings. It's Mom. I pick up, thinking maybe she needs me to bring extra chairs or something. No. She goes, super calm, super polished, like she's reading from a script she practiced in the mirror. Sweetie, we've decided it's probably best if you sit this Thanksgiving out. Ava's bringing her new boyfriend home for the first time, and she really wants everything to feel perfect. You know how you can be, how I can be. I just stood there, phone to my ear, staring at a half-torn-apart carburetor like it was going to give me the right comeback. I didn't say anything nasty, didn't cry, didn't beg. I just said, "Okay, Mom," and hung up. Then I finished the job, locked the shop, went home, microwaved some leftover pizza, and sat on my couch wondering how the hell we got here. My name's Willow Carter. I'm 29. I own a small garage in Boulder, Colorado. I rebuild classic cars, teach teenagers from the shelter how to wrench on the weekends, and apparently, I embarrass my own family just by existing. Growing up, our house was all about the photo op. Mom treated family gatherings like branding events. My little sister Ava, she was the star. Perfect curls, perfect smile, perfect little PR job in Denver where she posts aesthetic Instagram stories for a living. Dad bragged about her nonstop, me? I was the kid who could change the oil in his truck before I could legally drive. Useful, handy, not proud of. Material, whenever something broke, I fixed it. Leaky faucet? Willow. Ava wraps her BMW around a mailbox at 2 a.m. Guess who's driving across town with tools? Parents, forget the electric bill? I cover it before it gets shut off. I did it quietly. I thought that's what family does, right? I never got invited to the cute matching Christmas PJ photos. I was always the one holding the camera or under the sink. So when Mom uninvited me from Thanksgiving because my coveralls and engine smell might scare off Ava's new boyfriend, honestly, it hurt like hell. But it wasn't shocking. It was just the clearest they'd ever said the quiet part out loud. Willow, you don't fit the brand. I figured I'd spend the holiday alone. Eat some Chinese takeout. Maybe finally finish that '69 Camaro in the corner of the shop. No big deal. I even texted my grandma, "Hey, not coming this year. Long story. Love you." That's it. Didn't trash talk anybody. Next morning, bam, 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 someone's pounding on my front door like the cops. I roll out of bed, hair looking like a tornado. Open the door. And my entire family is standing on my porch, pissed. Mom, Dad, Ava in her cream wool coat that probably costs more than my rent, and some tall, clean-cut guy I've never seen before, obviously the boyfriend. Mom doesn't even say good morning. She just launches in. "Why did you tell everyone we kicked you out?" Grandma called us in tears. "Do you know how humiliated we are right now?" I'm standing there in pajama shorts and an old Motorhead shirt, blinking. I didn't tell anyone that. I literally just said I wasn't coming. Dad jumps in. "You always do this, Willow. Always twisting the story to make us the villains." Ava's giving me the full up and down like I personally offended her eyesight. And the boyfriend Logan, I guess his name, is just standing there, hands in his pockets, looking confused. Not mad. Just trying to figure out what alternate universe he walked into. Mom keeps going. Ava's trying to build a certain image for her career. Having you there in work boots, smelling like gasoline. It's not the vibe. Dad nods like this is the most reasonable thing ever. It's 1 year, Willow. It's not that deep. They're all talking at me, over each other, like I'm some employee who called in sick on Black Friday. And I just shut up. Let them talk. Let them stack excuse on top of excuse. Finally, Mom crosses her arms and goes, "Well, do you have anything to say for yourself?" Before I can open my mouth, Logan, the boyfriend, clears his throat and says, real calm, "Hang on, Willow Carter? Like, the Willow Carter who rebuilt that insane '72 Dodge Charger last spring? The one that was all over the Moper forums?" Dead. Silence. I swear you could hear the snow falling. Ava's mouth actually drops open. Mom and Dad look like someone just told them the sky is green. Logan keeps going, looking right at me, not them. "Dude, your welds, the paint, the way you saved the original interior," I followed that whole build. It was nuts. My family? They had zero clue that Build even existed. They've never once asked to see my work. Never came to the shop, nothing. Ava recovers first and snaps. She just fixes cars, Logan. It's not that big a deal. He shakes his head. No, Ava, she doesn't just fix cars. She builds works of art. I've got like 200 photos of that. Charger saved. You could literally see the family dynamic crack right there on my porch. For the first time ever, someone was looking at me like I was the impressive one. And my family hated it. I wish that was when they apologized. Spoiler, it wasn't. Because after the shock wore off, Mom straightens her scarf, fake smiles, and goes, "Anyway, that's very sweet, but the reason we're here is the roof started leaking again. We need you to come look at it today. And Ava needs like $2,000 for this holiday charity gala she's hosting. Can you Venmo her by Friday?" I swear on everything, that's what she said. They didn't come to fix things. They came to collect. And that's when I knew this time was different. So there we are on my front porch, freezing, snow starting to stick to everybody's coats. My family just got hit with the fact that Ava's perfect boyfriend is actually a huge fan of my work. And instead of letting that sink in or, God forbid, saying sorry, Mom pivots like a pro and hits me with, "Anyway, roof's leaking, we need you today. And Ava needs $2,000 for her gala decorations, so if you could send that over." I'm not even kidding. That's what came out of her mouth. Logan, the boyfriend, literally does a slow blink like he's waiting for the hidden camera crew to jump out. He looks at me, looks at them, then quietly goes, "You're serious right now?" Dad barks. "Stay out of it, this is family business." But Logan doesn't move. He just keeps staring at me like, is this for real? And something in me just clicked. Not screaming, not crying, just this calm, cold clarity that I'd never felt before. I looked my mom dead in the eye and said, "No, one word, quiet, final." You'd have thought I slapped her. Mom's mouth actually opened and closed like a fish. "What did you just say?" "I'm not fixing the roof. I'm not sending money. I'm not doing any of it. Not today. Not anymore." Dad steps forward, face getting red. "After everything we've done for you," I cut him off. "You mean the bare minimum of raising me? That doesn't buy you a lifetime of free labor and a TM access." Ava rolls her eyes so hard I'm surprised they didn't fall out. "You're being dramatic. You always help." "This is stupid." "No, Ava," I said. "What as stupid is me letting you people treat me like a walking toolkit for 29 years and then acting shocked when I finally grow a spine." The porch went dead quiet. Even the wind shut up for a second. Logan let out this low, "Daw," under his breath, and I swear I almost laughed. Mom starts flapping. "We are your family." "Yeah," I said. And family doesn't to uninvite someone from Thanksgiving because they might mess up the Instagram aesthetic. Dad's yelling now. "You'll regret this, Willow." Logan, legend, actually steps half a foot closer to me like he's making it clear whose side of the porch he's on. Ava's losing it. "Logan, tell her she's being ridiculous." He looks at her, totally calm, and goes, "Nah, she's not." That was the final straw. Mom starts muttering about respect. Dad's threatening to take my name off the will he doesn't even have. Ava's on the verge of tears because her boyfriend just picked me over her entire circus. I just said, "Leave. Now." And for the first time in my entire life, they did. They stomped off, slammed car doors, peeled out, left skid marks in the snow like a bad action movie. Logan lingered for a second, gave me this little nod that said, "Respect," then followed them. I guess to break up with Ava in private, because that's exactly what ended up happening. Door shuts. Silence. I walked back inside, closed the door, leaned against it, and smiled, like a real one, because I finally said the word I'd been swallowing since I was 12. No. Thanksgiving came and went. I ate lo mein on my couch, watched football, worked on a Mustang, and it was honestly one of the most peaceful days I'd had in years. Then Christmas rolled around. I decided I wasn't spending it alone. So I turned the shop into a Christmas Eve hangout. String lights, folding tables, couple space heaters, potluck style. Invited the teenagers I teach on Saturdays, their families from the shelter. Old man Mr. Bennett, who lets me store parts in his barn. Tasha and her little girl Lily. Bunch of regulars. We had mismatched plates, burnt rolls, off-key karaoke to old rock songs. Kids running around with cookie frosting on their faces. It was messy and loud and perfect. I'm refilling the cider pot, thinking, man, this is what holidays are supposed to feel like. When suddenly, bam, 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 Someone starts pounding on the roll-up door hard enough to rattle the walls. I barely get, "Who is it?" out before the door flies up and a blizzard blows in with, you guessed it, Mom, Dad, and Ava. They looked like they'd been possessed. Faces red, eyes wild. Mom starts screaming the second she sees people, "You humiliated us. The whole family knows you skipped Thanksgiving and told everyone we banned you." Dad's pointing at the tables. "You think you're better than us now with your little charity party?" Then Ava, mascara already halfway down her face, shrieks, "Logan left me. He broke up with me on Christmas Eve, and it's your fault." The whole room goes dead quiet. 25 people just staring. Little Lily grabs her mom's leg. One of the teens whispers, "Whoa." I take one step forward and go, "I didn't make Logan do anything." And that's when a voice behind them says, "No, she didn't." We all turn. Logan's standing in the doorway, snow on his shoulders, hands in his pockets, looking exhausted but sure. Ava spins around. "Why are you even here?" He steps inside, lets the door roll down behind him, and says, loud enough for everyone to hear, "Because I wanted to spend Christmas somewhere real. Somewhere people actually care about each other. Not somewhere they treat their own kid like a repair service and then ditch her when she's not useful." My mom gasps like she's been shot. Dad starts yelling, "You don't get to talk about our family." Logan doesn't even flinch. He looks straight at me and says, "Willow, I'm sorry you've been dealing with this your whole life." Then he turns to my parents. "And you should be ashamed." That's when Ava completely loses it and screams, "She's not some hero. She's just jealous." And that's when I knew it was time to end this for good. Okay, so there we are. Christmas Eve, my garage is full of people who actually showed up because they wanted to be around me, not because I could fix their transmission or pay their light bill. And now my biological family is standing in the doorway, looking like they just walked out of a horror movie. Ava's still mid-meltdown. She's jealous. She's always been jealous. Mom's clutching her purse like it's a life raft. Dad's red-faced, muttering about respect. And Logan, poor guy stuck in the middle of this train wreck, just shakes his head and says again, real slow so even they can hear it, "Willow didn't do anything except finally stop letting you use her." That's when Mom switches tactics and tries the guilt trip classic. "Willow, tell him he's wrong. Tell him you didn't pay our bills, fix the house every time something broke. Carry this entire family on your back for years. Go ahead, tell him we never relied on you." The room is so quiet you can hear the space heaters humming. Every single person is staring at me. I take a slow breath, walk behind my workbench, the one I built myself out of an old barn door, pull open the bottom drawer, and take out this thick brown envelope I've had ready for weeks. I hold it out so everyone can see. "Actually," I say, "I've got receipts." Mom's eyes go wide. Dad actually takes a step back like the envelope might bite him. I walk straight up to them and hand it to Dad. He snatches it like he's about to prove I'm lying, then opens it. Inside? Every single dollar. Printouts from my bank. Venmo histories. Copies of checks. Invoices I paid for their roof, their plumbing. Ava's insurance after her third fender bender, Dad's air visit he forgot his wallet for. The list goes on. I even highlighted the totals in different colors, like a psycho, because I knew this day was coming. Dad flips through it, face getting paler with every page. Mom leans over his shoulder and literally gasps like someone punched her. Ava's mouth is moving, but no sound's coming out. I just stand there, calm as hell, and go, "That's $94,822 over the last 10 years. Not counting the free labor, the 3 a.m. tow calls, or the nights I missed, because I was at your house fixing something you didn't feel like paying a real professional for." One of the teens in the back whispers, "94,000? Loud enough for everyone to hear. Mr. Bennett, sweet old man with the cane, actually lets out a low, "Well, I'll be damned." Mom finally finds her voice and it comes out all squeaky. You kept track?" "No, Mom, I kept boundaries. You just never saw them because I never enforced them." Until now. Ava starts crying harder, ugly crying, mascara rivers. "This is insane. You can't just throw money in our faces." "Pretty sure that is exactly what you've been doing to me my whole life," I said. Logan, who has been standing off to the side watching this whole thing, like it as a live episode of Jerry Springer, finally speaks up again. "So, let me get this straight. You uninvited her from Thanksgiving because she might embarrass you." Then showed up asking for more money and free repairs. And now you're mad she has proof? He looks at my parents. Y'all need therapy. Like yesterday, Dad's hand is shaking holding the papers. He tries one last time. We raised you. We fed you, clothed you. Yeah, I cut in. And I paid you back every cent and then some. We're even. Actually, no, we're done. The entire garage is on my side now. You can feel it. Nobody's even pretending to eat anymore. They're just watching my family shrink in real time. Ava makes one last desperate move, turns to Logan with these big tear-filled eyes. Please, come home with us? This isn't who we are. Logan looks at her for a long beat, then says the sentence that ended everything. No, Ava, this is exactly who you've always been. I just refuse to see it until tonight. He turns to me, gives me this small nod, like, you good? Then steps to the side, making it crystal clear he's not leaving with them. Mom's clutching Dad's arm now. Dad looks 10 years older. Ava's full-on sobbing. I walk over to the big roll-up door, hit the button, and it starts rattling open. Snow swirls in. Get out, I say. My voice doesn't even shake. And for the second time in a month, they actually listen. They walk out into the storm without another word. The door rolls shut behind them. The second it latches, the entire garage erupts. People cheering, clapping. One of the teens yells, "That's how you do it!" Tasha is crying, happy tears hugging me. Little Lily's asking if I'm a superhero now. Logan hangs back until it calms down, then walks over and goes, "You okay?" I laugh, actually laugh, and tell him, "Yeah, for the first time in my life, I really am." He smiles, says, "Good, you deserve this." Then helps Mr. Bennett to his truck and heads out. The party kept going. We turned the music up. Somebody found a good whiskey. We took 1,000,000 selfies in front of the lights. And outside, the snow kept falling. But inside, it finally felt warm. All right, buckle up again. This is the part where everything got quiet, and then got real loud in a whole different way. Christmas Eve ends around 2 a.m. Everybody's gone. The shop smells like cinnamon and motor oil, weirdly perfect combo, and I'm sweeping up cookie crumbs while the heaters wind down. I finally crawl into bed at 3, thinking that's it. It's over. I said everything that needed to be said. Wrong. I wake up Christmas morning to my phone absolutely blowing up. First text is from my cousin Jess, the only normal one in the family. Girl. Grandma just called me crying because your mom told her you threw them out into a blizzard on Christmas Eve and kept a money ledger like some mob boss. What the hell happened? Then Aunt Linda, your mother is devastated. Call her. Then my uncle. This is not how Carters behave. Then Grandma herself. A 3-minute voice note that starts with Willow Grace Carter. Full government name. Never good. And ends with family doesn't keep score. I just sat there in bed, coffee getting cold, reading all of it. And for about 30 seconds I felt that old guilt creep in. The one that's lived in my chest since middle school. The one that says, maybe you went too far. Maybe you should apologize. Maybe just smooth it over. Then I opened the envelope again, still on my nightstand, and looked at the highlighted $94,822, and the guilt evaporated. I typed one single message into the family group chat that I'd been muted from years ago. Somebody must have added me back in the chaos. I didn't throw anyone out. I asked 3 adults who showed up screaming at my friends and little kids to leave my property. And yes, I have receipts for every dollar I was ever guilted into giving. Merry Christmas. Then I turned my phone on Do Not Disturb, made pancakes, and watched Die Hard like a normal person. By noon, the messages went from angry to desperate. Mom sent 17 texts. 17. The last 3 were just, please call. I'm sorry you feel hurt. We can talk about this as a family. Dad left a voicemail that I still have saved because it's actually hilarious in a sad way. It's him clearing his throat for 10 seconds and then going, young lady, you need to think about what you've done to your mother on Christmas Day. Ava. Ava went full nuclear on her Instagram story, private account, but half the cousins screenshot it and send it to me. It was a black screen with white text. Some people will do anything to destroy your happiness the second you stop paying their bills. Blood doesn't mean loyalty. With the sad violin music, you can't make this up. I didn't respond to any of it, not one word. Instead, I posted my own thing, first time I ever went there. Just a picture of the garage all lit up on Christmas Eve, kids laughing, Mr. Bennett carving a ham with a pocket knife, Tasha and Lily wearing matching Santa hats I'd bought at the dollar store. Caption: Found my people. Found my piece. Merry Christmas from the ones who show up for each other. Within 2 hours, it had 40K likes and people tagging me in their own stories about cutting off toxic family. My DMs turned into a support group. Logan texted me around 4 p.m. Hey, just wanted you to know I'm good. Needed a clean break from all that. You didn't ruin anything. You just turned the lights on. Proud of you. I stared at that text for a long time. Still have the screenshot. The next week was radio silence from my parents, like actual crickets. No calls, no texts, nothing, and honestly, it was the most relaxed I'd felt in years. The shop got busier than ever. People were driving from Denver just to get work done by the mechanic who roasted her whole family on Christmas. I started getting brand deals, small ones, but still. A local news station wanted to do a feel-good story about the community Christmas party. I said yes to the news thing, but only if they focused on the kids from the shelter and the teens learning to wrench, not the drama. They did. It aired on New Year's Day. My phone died from notifications again. January hit. Snow kept piling up. Life kept getting lighter. Then on January 8th, I got the one message I never expected. It was from Ava. Not a text. A full email. 4 pages. She started with the usual. I ruined her life. Logan ghosted her completely. Sponsors were asking questions because of the viral stuff. Blah blah. Then halfway through it changed tone. She wrote, I hate that you were right. I hate that I didn't see it. I hate that I let mom and dad turn me into this person who only cares about how things look. I don't know how to fix it, but I'm sorry. For real this time. I read it 6 times in the shop, standing next to a '67 Mustang with the radio playing low. I didn't answer that day. Or the next. But something shifted again. Not forgiveness. Not yet. Just space for maybe someday something different. So, Ava's email sat in my inbox for 9 days. I'd open it, read 2 lines, close it, go weld something, come back, read 3 more lines, slam the laptop shut, repeat. Because here's the thing, I wanted to hate her forever. It would have been easier, clean cut, done, move on. But that line, I hate that I let mom and dad turn me into this person, kept punching me in the gut every time. Finally, on a random Tuesday night, I'm sitting on my couch with a beer and the TV muted, and I just started typing. This is the exact reply I sent. I still have it. Ava, I want to lie. Part of me wants to delete this and never speak to you again. You spent years watching them treat me like staff and never once said, hey, maybe don't do that. You benefited from every dollar I was guilted into giving. Silence is still participation. But I also remember when we were kids and you used to hide under my bed when thunderstorms scared you. I remember teaching you how to shift gears in Dad. Old truck when you were 14 and laughing until we cried because you kept killing it. I missed that version of us. I'm not ready to pretend nothing happened. I'm not ready for Sunday dinners. But I'm also not ready to say we can never fix anything. If you actually want something different, it starts with therapy, real therapy. Not mom's wine and shopping version. It starts with you owning your part out loud to me and to yourself. And it starts with understanding that any relationship we have from now on is earned, not owed. If you're serious, text me when you've booked your first appointment. If you're not, don't waste my time. I hit send, threw my phone across the couch like it was on fire, and didn't sleep. 3 days later, a single text from her. Booked. First appointment is Thursday at 4. Thank you for not closing the door completely. That was it. No emojis, no excuses, no, but mom said just that. And weirdly, that was enough for now. Spring came, snow melted. Life got stupid busy in the best way. The shop was packed. I hired my first full-time employee, one of the teens from the shelter Marco kids, a natural. We started a Saturday girls-only wrench class. Local paper did another story. Random TikTokers kept showing up wanting tours. It was wild. Mom and Dad, still nothing. Total blackout. I heard through cousins that they were telling people I'd gone off the deep end and turned my back on family values. Cool. Then July 3rd rolls around, 6 months after the Christmas garage apocalypse. I'm closing up the shop, windows down, music loud, grease on my arms, feeling good. Phone rings, unknown number. I almost let it go to voicemail, but something made me answer. Hello? Long pause. Then my mom's voice, smaller than I've ever heard it. Willow, it's Mom. Dead silence for like 10 seconds. She clears her throat. Your dad and we've been seeing someone. A counselor. Ava made us. Said she wouldn't speak to us again until we did. I literally pulled my truck over on the side of the road because my hands started shaking. Mom keeps going, voice cracking. We've spent 6 months talking about things we never talked about. About how we treated you. About why we were so obsessed with how everything looked. About a lot. Another long pause. I don't expect you to forgive us today, or tomorrow. I just needed you to know we're trying, for real this time. And if you ever want to talk, even if it's just to yell at me, I'll listen. I didn't know what to say. My mouth opened and nothing came out. She filled the silence. Ava's doing really well, by the way. She asks about you every session. Then super quiet. I miss you, baby girl. The call ended with me muttering something like, I gotta go, and hanging up. I sat in my truck on the side of the highway for 20 minutes, just staring at the dashboard. I didn't call back that night, or the next week. But I also didn't block the number. So 3 more months went by after that phone call. I didn't call back, I didn't text. I didn't even tell most people it happened. But every time my phone rang from an unknown number, my stomach flipped. And every time it was just a parts supplier or a spam call, I was weirdly disappointed. August came. The shop hit its 1-year anniversary since the Christmas blow-up. We threw a huge barbecue in the lot. Food trucks, live band, bounce house for the kids. Half the town showed up. It was perfect. The next morning I'm hungover on Dr. Pepper and adrenaline, sweeping up confetti when I get a text from Ava. Can we talk? In person, all 4 of us. Neutral ground, no pressure. Just coffee. If you say no, we'll never ask again. I stared at that text for 2 straight hours. Then I typed back 1 word. Okay. We met at this little indie coffee shop downtown, outside tables, middle of a Tuesday, so it wasn't crowded. I got there 20 minutes early, ordered a black coffee, sat with my back to the wall like I was waiting for a drug deal. They showed up right on time. All 3 of them. Mom in normal jeans, no designer coat. Dad in a plain t-shirt. Ava in a hoodie. They looked human. We did the awkward hug-no-hug dance, sat down, ordered more coffee. Nobody drank. For the first 5 minutes, nobody said anything. Just stirring spoons and traffic noise. Then Mom broke the silence. We practiced what we wanted to say for weeks, she started, voice shaky. But everything sounded stupid or fake, so we're just gonna speak. She looked me straight in the eyes, no polished mom voice, no script. Willow, I was a terrible mother to you. Not because I didn't love you, I do. But because I loved the idea of a perfect family more than I loved the real one sitting right in front of me. I made you the fixer, the invisible one. The one who didn't get pictures on the mantle because you didn't photograph the way I wanted, and I'm ashamed. I'm so ashamed I can barely say it out loud. Dad cleared his throat. His eyes were red before he even started. I bragged about Ava's job, and never once bragged about the daughter who could rebuild a Hemi blindfolded. I called you handy like it was an insult. I let your mom treat you like the help and I never stopped her. I taught you that your worth was what you could do for us. And then got mad when you finally stopped doing it. He stopped, swallowed hard, and the next part wrecked me. I sat in that counselor's office and realized I don't even know my own kid. I don't know your favorite color anymore. I don't know what music you play in the shop. I don't know why you flinch when someone raises their voice. And that's on me. That's all on me. He looked down at the table. I don't deserve forgiveness. I just needed you to hear it from my mouth, not through Ava or a cousin or a text. I'm sorry, Willow. I'm so damn sorry. Ava was crying quietly into a napkin. She didn't try to talk until Mom and Dad were done. Then she looked up and said, I hated you for a long time after Christmas. Then I hated myself more, because everything Logan said that night was true. I watched them use you and I joined in. I'm working on it every single week in therapy. I'm not fixed. But I'm trying to become someone you could stand to be in the same room with again. Silence. I stared at my coffee for what felt like forever. Then I said the only thing that felt honest. I don't know what we are yet. I don't know if we'll ever be close again, but I'm willing to find out. Slowly, 1 coffee at a time. No favors, no money, no guilt trips. Just people. They all nodded like their lives depended on it. We finished our coffees. It was awkward and quiet and perfect in its own broken way. We've done it 4 more times since then. Short visits, neutral ground, no big holidays yet, baby steps. Some weeks are good. Some weeks I leave and sit in my truck and cry for 20 minutes. Healing's messy. But here's what I know now, a full year and a half later. I didn't lose a family that Christmas. I gained the space to build the one I actually needed. The shop's bigger now. I've got 3 full-time employees, all kids I taught on Saturdays. We've got a waiting list. I finally finished my own 72 Charger and take it to shows. People ask for selfies with me, not Ava. And every single night I lock up, I look at those string lights still hanging from Christmas 2 years ago and I smile. Because I know what real family feels like now. It's the teenagers who call me when they get their first paycheck. It's Mr. Bennett bringing me tomatoes from his garden. It's Tasha and Lily decorating the shop Christmas tree every year without being asked. It's chosen, every bit of it. And if my blood family earns their way back in, great, there's room. But I'm not holding any seats anymore. I built my own table. And it's full. Small smile, softer. So if you're out there right now feeling like the spare part in your own family, listen to me. You are not the problem. You are not too loud, too quiet, too greasy, too weird, too anything. You are enough, exactly as you are. And one day you'll look around and realize the people who stayed, the ones who see you, the ones who celebrate you instead of tolerating you. Those are your people. Thank you for sitting through this whole crazy story with me. My heart on a platter. If it helped even one of you feel less alone, it was worth telling. I love y'all. See you in the next one.